We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a look back at our favorite moments on NBA 2K TV. Check it out.
Welcome to this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number 200.
Here's Tatum and Slam.
You play 2K
all the time.
You act.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And now you have an album. Anything you can't do?
I can't lose to playing you.
So I just got off of your live stream seeing you react to winning the contest. Congratulations, Gamer TV.
No! What? Tell me what you want me to do on that!
And taking a technical.
I got a tech for calling timeout.
I know somebody who knows about calling text and they don't got no timeout.
We'll do something called the gosh darn it.
Okay, the gosh darn it.
Me and Chris Brown did it in a video and it's hilarious, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta catch it, you know what I'm saying? You throw it up and catch it. Okay.
I mean, I've seen you in the paint, you know, boom, 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 whoosh.
It is just
Coming right up, the Pelicans taking on the Trailblazers. For the New Orleans Pelicans, they've started the season with an even 1-1 split, shooting to get on the better side of 500 tonight. Blazers, Pelicans is next, and we'll be right back.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show. And coming up in...
Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. And a moment now to check out who the Pelicans have coming up. On Thursday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Friday, they'll be playing the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Little out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Shea. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. And for New Orleans, Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Williamson out there with Hayes. And it's Monk in at the 1 spot. Just a minute ago, you and I were talking about the challenges these players face early on in a new season.
Yeah, you know, timing is usually not quite 100%. Chemistry continues to be something you're trying to work out. Usually you're pretty healthy in the early part of the season, but as the season goes on now, you've got familiarity and comfort with each other, but sometimes the injuries pile up.
And Clark establishing those routines you'll use throughout the regular year, correct?
That's important because it is a long season, as you well know.
Shea passes to Little, and the shot goes in.
That's why his teammates are always happy when Shea's on the floor. I mean, with his passing ability, he puts them in great position to score the ball.
Now, here's Monk. Ingram outside. Pass to Williamson. Shot clock at 5. Holiday with the 3. Drills it from outside.
With deep range and a wide arsenal of moves, Holiday keeps defenders off balance.
Inside. And it's Shea missing. To the left wing. To the paint. And the dunk by Williamson.
But nice timing on these jumps. jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
Now here's Jay. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
Here's Holiday after Nasir Little's bucket. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Offensive rebound. Here's Hayes. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And Williamson doesn't let up, consistently in attack mode. Love his rabid intensity on the backboards.
Now here's Leonard. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Memphis. Pass to Lillard. Launches a three. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique. When he was drafted, Damian Lillard said he wanted to go to the Blazers with the 6th pick. The opportunity to play right away and be embraced by the city of Portland.
Now here's Williamson. A 20-point game for him in the win against Washington.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
Here's Little. Good. And it's Jay picking up the assist. Jay's got 3 assists now in this one. And Damian Lillard says, Greg, win or lose, he wants to stay in Portland. He keeps his residence there year-round.
And talk about his loyalty. In high school, lightly recruited, he ends up committing to Weber State. His senior year, all the big schools come calling, and Lillard kept his commitment. That shows you how he's built.
Snatched up, Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Now, there are some guys that just look to score, Clark, whenever they can. And Malik Monk is one of those players.
Yeah, he's an electrifying offensive player. And he reminds me a little bit of the dynamic and it seems like ageless Jamal Crawford with his ability to score in bunches. Not saying that he ignores his teammates or anything like that. It's just that he's a scorer, and when he's on the court, that's what he's thinking about doing.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Brown is checked in for Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Little. George is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Robinson is subbed in for Lillard. Now here's Brown. Puts up a three. Collins grabs the miss. 1:31 left here in the first quarter. Passes to Che. Down low and finished off by Brown.
Che getting the assist off the well-run pick and roll. Good fundamental basketball here.
Pelicans trail by 3. Alexander Walker passes to Parker. Kicks to Williamson. Brown feeling out a bit over Robinson. And it's Brown missing.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game. Free throw, good. Che.
You know, in talking to Che's teammates, one of the takeaways is that he's terrific in the locker room, a really funny guy, and has a way of keeping everybody loose.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Here's Alexander Walker. Here's Parker. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And defenders have to be really cautious when defending Parker. I mean, he's an
Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Grizzlies of Memphis.
Yeah, and that one, they just locked it down defensively, challenged shots, and really protected the rim.
Boy, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit, getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Holiday out there with Monk, and it's Hayes in at the center. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Che, in the last game against the Grizzlies, delivered a performance for the ages. He had 15 points, and he also did a good job of creating for others, getting them the ball in position to score. A surprise attack from a guy who's typically viewed as a role player. We'll see if he can continue to play a larger role in tonight's game.
Thanks, David. You know, GA, you wonder how much of that performance can carry over into this one.
You never really know what will happen game to game, but I sure wouldn't bet against him.
No, you can't bet against a guy like that. He looks like he's in a groove, focused, on top of his game. No reason that he can't keep it going.
Yep, that one goes.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Now here is Holiday. 6 points for him. The pass to Hayes. New Orleans moving the ball around. Tipped away. Leonard with the steal. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself. 2 points. That one goes. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
Now here's Ingram. He had 22 points in the win against Washington.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
Clock at 6. Here's Williamson. Little with the rebound.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Monk, the pass to Ingram. Outside Holiday. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Trailblazers leading by 15. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Yes, that goes in. 7 points for Damian Lillard.
Shea making it look so easy, dropping that nice room service dime there.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence. And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Lillard left side. Back to Shea. The 3. And he hits the buzzer beater.
And how about that triple to put a cap on their run here going into the break? Finish that half on a big-time roll.
And so it's Portland with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out there. How much is that helping your game?
It's helping me out a lot. Just coming in the game relaxed, just with more intensity. I mean, my teammates are getting me involved on the offensive end. I'm playing great on defense. We just got to keep it up second half and not let it up.
Hey, Kawhi, thank you very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. They've got Shea, Little out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Lillard in at the point. So it's the Pelicans now. Clark, you know, some players just don't need a lot of rest. They could play basketball all day, every day, and don't want to be taken out. They've all got a lot of engine in them.
Yeah, they do. 24/7 guys, we call them. They don't need a lot of fuel, and it seems like they never are out of fuel. Guys like Paul George and Russell Westbrook come to mind.
Pass to Holiday. Back to Monk. Fires the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Monk's got 6 points.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Here's Holiday after Nasir Little's bucket. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Here's the list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. Second is Kawhi Leonard.
He showed such tremendous defensive instincts. Trust me, nobody wanted him guarding them last year.
Brown, he's checked in for Portland. Paul George comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Now here's Shea. T right on him. He feeds it to Brown and finished off by Brown.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Now, here's George. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And, you know, Jabari Parker is a pretty good defensive player, and when he's engaged on this end, he's capable of having a real impact on the game coming up with steals.
It's blocked. They get it back, and the shot goes in. He's got 8.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And a long wind-up and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up.
I certainly hope not.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. A different look now for Portland. Collins checked in for Brown. Robinson comes in for Che. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Trailblazers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. Good on both. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Here's Alexander Walker. Lays it up off the glass. Now George. Oubre with the steal. And here we go. Passes it to McLeod. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us my senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship. Unfortunately came up short. The teammates and coaches and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Brown's checked in. He's off on the second. Greg, let's take a look at Nasir Little. More power and athleticism at this point than skill, wouldn't you say?
I mean, no doubt. As an amateur, he could rely on the physical gifts to dominate. But in the NBA, you have to be able to shoot and handle with confidence. I think Little will get there because he has a tremendous work ethic.
Here's Simons. 9 points in the game so far. Rebound by Parker.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Brown, good. Brown's got his first 2 points of the night.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Pass to George. 1:30 left in the third. A shot missing. Great D that time from Oubre. Brown outside. The pass to McCloud. Back to Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oubre kicks to Brown. New Orleans moving the ball around. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Portland leading by 17. Here's Simons. Oh, that's blocked. McCloud, guarded by Robinson. Paul George with the steal. And now here comes Robinson leading the break. A nice shot by Simons.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now here's Brown. Oubre on the wing. Pass to McCloud. Now Brown. Here's Alexander Walker. He's guarded by Collins. There's Brown with the three. Rebound by the Trailblazers. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Right side Robinson. Shoots over Brown. And Portland again with the bucket.
You know, the defense was on the shooter, but in the end, sometimes you just have to tip your hat to better offense.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Portland out in front, running away with this one. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Trailblazers leading by 22. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. We've got Brown. He's out there with Kelly Oubre. Then it's Holiday. And it's Alexander Walker in at the point.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George. has no problem sharing the ball.
Here's Alexander Walker. Outside Holiday. Clark, we hear a lot about the young basketball players in this country, the good ones playing in the AAU system. Is that the best way to develop talent for the NBA?
It's one of the better ways because the competition level is quite good across regions and throughout the country with these AAU teams. I think there's some great AAU programs and some tremendous benefits to participating in AAU basketball. Some things are better than others with it, but overall, I think it's pretty solid.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. Here's Leonard. Good, and the assist goes to Che. That's now 8 points for Leonard.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now here's Ingram. Passes it to Monk. Three-pointer. Sinks the three-pointer.
You've got to be up on Monk all the time. I mean, even when the pass has not gotten to him yet, you need to be there before it arrives because he's ready to let it go when he catches it.
Back to Che. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Che outside from the baseline. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
As a defender, he's going to just be a bothersome, worrisome guy, making you miserable all night, a hand in your face on every jump.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
That free throw, no good. And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
He hits the second from the line. Clark, you and I are amazed at how the global interest of the NBA has just gone through the roof. The league has made a lot of right moves, I think, in this area.
They sure have, Kevin. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the international reach through what coaches in this country have done in teaching the game and promoting the game, not just coaches but players as well. I think there's something about the game of basketball that just really transcends cultures. The pace of the game, the personality of the players, the creativity of the game, all of that lends itself to being so popular globally.
Pass to Felder. Lets the three fly. It doesn't go for him. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Che passes to Brown. Kicks it to Robertson. Now here's Che. Defense right on him. And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. And finished off by Williamson.
Already such a well-coordinated athlete for his size and age. Williamson bringing down the house.
Now a timeout called by Portland. A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Shea.
Yeah, it's his job to keep their offense ticking, and tonight he's earned his keep. He's been able to find open teammates everywhere, feeding the post, creating open jump shots on the perimeter. His passing has been the best element of his game.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He showed leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Now here is Holiday. 1:35 left in the game. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
And it's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Portland.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Jay.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Now here's Jay. Now the feed to Nurkic. Now here's Jay. He's guarded closely. And here's Leonard from 3. And it's Williamson with the rebound. And so it's New Orleans with it. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Teardrop shot. And it's laid in by Holiday.
You know, you look at Ingram, and it's not all about scoring with him. He shows he shares the ball as well.
Here's Shea. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Hey, how you been, man? Hey, man. Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.